Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is yet another chill session of the conclusions, Ukraine war conclusions. Uh, a lot of the things that I have been talking about, be it analysis, sub-rap, or maybe in conclusions, yeah, have been coming through, and none is more true than what's happening over in Velika Novosibirsk, which is clearly the star of the show right now in Ukraine war, and so the yellow the white one is from the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 22nd, then 23rd, no 23rd and 24th updates are in red, just in case you're wondering. So and then the latest that we have right now is that this is the Russian claim that they have already cut off um the exit from this crossing over here. Let me over here, which means that the entire Ukrainian forces in the south is now encircled. They can't escape. At this moment, the encirclement generally is full. Even if you don't consider this, even with the mapped front line by the Ukrainian mapping, all the way to the confirmed front line that we have over on the other side at Veramivka is not even 800 meters, which is this area here. This is not even 800 meters. So the fire control over this place is just, yeah, it's just there. It's already operational encirclement for the southern part, and there's all these rumors about the troops surrendering and whatnot. I haven't really seen any of this from my trusted sources, but there is already strikes on them. So Russian forces have taken the entire sector A. This is where I call sector A. This is B, and this is C. This is based on the river, so yeah. So it looks like this. A, B, and C. So C is encircled. C is the one that is currently encircled, and the Russian forces have fully taken all of A, and they have taken most of B. You probably have seen this in the frontline changes report, and yeah, the situation have not really changed. There's no update since the last the frontline changes report as per this recording. But this is something that I've already said that is at risk of happening long time ago, and the Ukrainians still let it happen, and is just disappointing. Like it's I'm not even a officer, military officer. No, but it is rather obvious when you actually look at the map, and like you probably can tell. And if you bet it on like your troops can hold the line, then there's a bit of a hopium, right? So especially your enemy is having like enormous fire advantage, and technological advantage, probably even number advantage over you. So that's what it is. So anyway, geolocation of strikes on Ukrainian forces on where I thought that the crossings may be continues. There was already one here, artillery shelling, yet another strike is nearby. So the Ukrainians clearly is holding a position along the Mokriali River, waiting for Ukrainian withdrawals. I did do the battlefield analysis on Velika Novosibirsk. A number of you guys told me that it's just impossible to swim across this rather short river. It's a 40-meter wide river. I mean, in normal times, this is definitely swimmable. However, it's winter, and a lot of people just told me that you're not gonna survive that. So, yeah, that's the current problem right now. The Ukrainian forces are basically operationally encircled, and yeah, even Deep State UA in the latest post by Deep State UA, they basically say that it's the end. So I can show you. I scroll down. So this Deep State UA, this what their latest description of the situation on the ground. So the enemy continues to mop up and already recorded in the center of Velika Novosibirsk and published footage from Velika Novosibirsk. So at the same time, they manipulate the fact that they allegedly took control of the entire village, which I didn't see this claim. Maybe there are some very copium or coping or very like to publish exciting news, pro-Russian sources. Maybe they are claiming that my trusted sources, none of them is saying that. DPA is not saying that. No, so the enemy, which is referring to the Russians, successful at advancing in the eastern outskirts, occupy small part of the central, film the videos with flags, and they're trying to put pressure from the south and from the direction of Vladimivka, using huge amount of resources, particularly infantry equipment, if not what else. Huge amount of resources, if not what else. No chickens. So anyway, yeah, you fight with infantry equipment. What? So anyway, they say the village situation is difficult, and it can be stated that the battle for Vatican to Basilica is coming to an end. So basically, they have also acknowledged what what I'm saying right here, that this is basically more or less the end of this battle. That there is no way out. The Ukrainian forces are trapped, and I think this is a massive defeat. Like, if the Ukrainian forces have withdrawn much earlier, when the battle was still at Nekushny, you know, when the Russian forces are still here, and then they were on the verge of attacking Bremivka, and then I was already telling you that there is only the Ukrainian forces have only these two crossings, and they have to hold this position. Remember, I told you this. If that was the time where the Ukrainian forces withdrawn from this area here, do a tactical withdrawal, maybe not in that direction, but no, technical withdrawal, hold the Russian forces at Nekushny, and then do a withdrawal out. I think it would not be a massive defeat. Like, it would be a terrible loss of a city, or at least a settlement, but it's not a massive defeat. Getting encircled like this is just bad. There's just no other way to talk about it. So some other major updates. There is a lot of claims coming from the Russian mapping of advancement over the Pokrov sector, pushing. Basically, in the way of the Russian map is that the line is pretty straight. They are now renaming the front line over here as Petropavlivka front, which I'm not going to do it. There's not going to be Petropavlivka front for me. There's too much. Oh, it's Novopavlivka front. They call this. Yeah, I remember wrong. So they're calling this as the Novopavlivka front. I'll think about it. I'll think about it if I want to call it this. Because it's still quite a bit of distance from Novopavlivka. It's like 16, 17 kilometers. A bit. I'm still going to call this the southern flank of the Pokrov front. They claim some advancement, nothing particularly very special, except that they have claimed the Russian capture of Kotline. Russian mapping mapped it like this, that the Russian forces have taken the entirety of Kotline. Maybe not a surprise thing, because Russian forces is geolocated in the north of Kotline, so that's possible. And also new geolocation showing Russian forces advance in the east of Udashne. So not particularly very special. There is a sense, however, that I felt when I was doing all this reporting and mapping, is that the Ukrainians seem to be defending pretty well over Udashne. This is the sense that I get, that they are doing really well in defending this line, and the Russians didn't manage to break through. They are kind of stuck here, and it seems like they are now starting to try to do flanking operations around Udashne. And this is actually seen in deep state US mapping, where they show Russian forces taking grounds in the south. The entire tree line has been taken. I believe that they might continue on and then hit to the rear position. And then this geolocation might suggest that there is a northern flanking operation as well. They may be met with forces over at Kotline, and then I think they'll go for the industrial building in the north first. Then they would probably do a total surround of Udashne. this is just I thought might be happening. Of course, based on depending on Ukrainian reactions. If the Ukrainians start to panic and start to withdraw forces, then I think the attack will come earlier. They will start to attack earlier into Udashny to capture the town faster. So this is what I think is likely happening right here. So so let's see how this goes. Otherwise, nothing particularly special about all the rest of the places. If you ask me, the road is still the road. The interesting thing about this road is that there is a bridge. So this bridge, I saw the footages posted on Twitter, I think a few days ago, showing the bridge has been destroyed. It was written as the Ukrainians destroyed the bridge, which is kind of weird. If you ask me, Ukrainian destroying the bridge is just not very sensible because the road is only usable by the Ukrainians right now. So just a bit weird. Maybe it's the Russians that did it, no, and then they point the wrong fingers. So that's a possibility. The chaotic situation at Chasivia continue with the Russians continue their attacks. They are now attacking in two different prongs. One is in the northern part, attacking into the west of Chasivia. Another one is coming in the south, which is they're attacking through the forest. So I did a quick update on this, so I'm not going to rehash. But yeah, I don't really like this place. It's very complicated. Yeah, so just leave it at that. Otherwise, some straight up front line and Nevsky, not very important. Let's see what else is there. Anything important to talk about? Yeah, the important thing, Voreshna front. So I did the battlefield analysis of Voreshna front, and very quickly the front line have changed. The Russian forces have taken one more forest over here, and however, this is Ukrainian mapped. They did not map that the Zapadny has been captured by the Russian forces. I mean, but given the posture, I feel like it is possible that it is captured right now. The Battle of Voreshna is not being reported. Most likely that we're going to see southern front line change like the previous updates at Voreshna, where suddenly that the Russians just captured like the rest of the city. There's a high chance, and the lack of footages might also be a possibility that there's very few compared to other front line, very few troops that is actually operating in that region. So very few egomaniacs that want to capture more videos of themselves being heroic or their friends being heroic or the enemy looking like shit. Yeah, maybe there's just less of that because maybe the troop numbers are just lesser. But this is my feeling. At least the Ukrainian side is definitely not that high. That's the feeling that I get. At least that's a sense. The Russians are definitely putting a lot more troops over here. So the Russians over this sector, yeah, I did do the battlefield analysis already. I don't want to rehash certain things, but yeah, the Russians are definitely pushing over here. Like I said, the main danger is the Ukrainians line over here is too thin and allow a Russian breakout. And if there's a Russian breakout, then yeah, it's going to make international news. So let's see how this plays. Ukrainians cannot afford to have a bad PR right now. Things are quite bad. If they have bad PR, that's yeah, it's going to cause Trump to be even more adamant that Zelensky concedes more stuff to put in. I just want to take a look at this Hobbit hill. This look very hobbity. Why is this terrain so weird? Yeah, very high trees. Yeah, I'm not sure. It just look like some Hobbit hill. Yeah, this is a very hilly region as we saw during the battlefield analysis. So yeah, let's see how this goes. It's not good for everyone. It's just a difficult place to fight. At the Kursk region, we have some breakthrough with the Russian forces attacking Nikorsky and Svetiklovo, and also that the fighting is mainly over in this small little cluster. And this leads me to believe that the front line have already changed. That the front line is already now looking like this, with the Russian forces already taking everything north from Pokrovsky to Novaya Sorokina, and then they are putting pressure on Malaya Luknia, Staraya Sorokina, Nikolaevka, Viktorovka, and Nikolsky. This is the feeling that I get. And there's reports of fighting at Kositsa and Cherkasskaya Poroshnoi. So this is the front line that I think that is currently, how it looks like. I'm not fully sure that this is the case, of course, but the fighting is consistently being reported only in this sector. So no, let's see. The Russians continue to attack in the south. There might be possibility that the Russians may have taken Korilovka, as the Russian Defense Ministry talks about Milovoye. So there is a possibility that the Russians have already pushed through. So and they are back at Makhnovka. They are still fighting there. So yeah, let's see. Um, let's see. No, yeah, so that's what it is. Some shelling in the rear positions, putting pressure on Ukrainian reserves, or maybe even in Sudzha itself. Yeah, and then the southern flank continue to attack at Guevo. Yeah, this is just again this Kursk thing. Definitely, of course, it looks better than Krinky, but it just give me a like this is the mega Krinky, just no, for those that do not know what is Krinky, Krinky is this ill-fated amphibious operation from the Ukrainians where they try to land here, and this entire stretch of the town was flattened. Everyone died. The Ukrainians keep sending troops there. They keep dying, and I think hundreds and hundreds of people have died there, gaining nothing. They literally did not do anything. They just die. They just go over and die. So Kursk just give me the vibe that this is just a bigger version of that. So yeah. So anyway, this is just my conclusions. A very tiring one because I'm very tired. So yeah. But this is what it is. Since I didn't do a sit rep, so I might as well do a conclusion. So thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, do subscribe because the race to 100,000 is on. Hopefully we can reach there soon. And really depends on you guys because half of you guys don't really subscribe, and if half of you guys subscribe right now, I would almost reach 100,000. So yeah. So thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update.